Hmm. What do you mean, where have I been? Where have you been? I've been here the whole time. How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to Settle the Scoreboard. Yo, before we get started, I just want to apologize for not being as consistent as I'd like to be with this. When I first started this channel, I wanted to just make this like my full-time hobby and, just let this run my life because that's the kind of person I am. Just engulf myself with something and let it be my whole personality. So that's what I was trying to do with this, but sometimes life just gets in the way. But enough of all that. We back, baby. This is Settle the Scoreboard. Appreciate you guys for sticking around. It means a lot to me. So yeah, there'll be more Twitter views. There'll be more commenting random things on people's Instagrams that gets me blocked. My account deactivated for a couple of days. That stuff is fun. But yeah, we're back. We're here. So that being said, this is my Week 10 NFL predictions, my thoughts, my hopes, my dreams. So yeah, let's get right into it. Actually, before we get started, I'm actually recording this after Thursday Night Football. But trust me, bros. Just trust me. I wouldn't lie to you guys. I had the Titans winning because, first of all, Green Bay is not a good team. I've kind of just given up on that team, if I could be honest. They looked good against the Cowboys, but I mean, don't they always put all the stops just to beat the Cowboys once every couple of years? Seems like that's all they really care about. So yeah, and the Packers are just bad at everything that the Titans are good at. Packers suck at stopping the run. Their defense is overall it's not that great. Aaron Rodgers is not looking like his MVP self. I don't know what's up with the offensive play calling. I mean, Christian Watson's finally emerging. That's pretty nice to see. But the Titans are just good at everything that the Packers are bad at. And Derrick Henry's just, that guy's a monster. Stoppable. He's a freight train. So yeah, at the Titans winning that, so let's get right into it. Then we have the Bears versus the Falcons. Bears versus Falcons. Okay. So I have the Bears winning this one. I think that they're kind of overdue for a win. I mean, Justin Fields has been looking really good every week for the past 3 weeks or something like that. And he just looks unstoppable right now. He's playing at a Pro Bowl, All Pro kind of. He's looking like MVP Lamar, honestly. He's not that good of a thrower, but I mean, who needs to be, I feel like the offense is catered perfectly to him where he doesn't really have to make those throws, but when he does, I mean, he's got Cole Kmet, who seems to be catching everything. Justin Fields is throwing at him. Darnell Mooney is finally getting going as well. It sucks that they lost Khalil Herbert for a couple of games, but Justin Fields is a running game. So, and the Falcons, I don't think that they're tanking necessarily, but they might just be putting a bow around their season and calling it a wrap, because Marcus Mariota is not the future of the Falcons. The defense needs a lot of work. They need a lot of work, and the better their draft capital is, the better, because they have to fill in a lot of holes. Their offense is honestly kind of nice because Drake London is looking good. Kyle Pitts is obviously a great weapon to have. O-line is all right, but yeah, they have a lot of holes to plug up. So yeah, they might just call it a wrap, honestly. Then we have the Eagles versus Colts. Yo, my brothers in Christ, please stop calling this a trap game, because it's not. The Eagles are way better than the Colts. The Colts played the Raiders. They played Josh McDaniels. Like, there's no way. The Colts are surprising, I guess. I mean, Jonathan Taylor looked good against a horrible Raiders defense. Jeff Saturday, I don't think is a good coach. I mean, he's 1-0. He's got more wins in the NFL than I do. So, who am I to judge that, right? But yeah, this is not a trap game. The Colts are not going to win this. Their defense might put in a little work, but nah. Jalen Hurts and the Eagles, they want the revenge. And not only that, but you guys have to remember that divisional games are always tough. I always say this. It doesn't matter who it is. Unless it's the Broncos versus the Chiefs. But, division games are just always tough. These teams build their teams to face the teams that are in their division because they play those teams twice a year. So their main focus is beating those teams. Because without beating those teams, they ain't moving on. So it's no surprise to me that the Commanders actually won a game against the Eagles because I'm sure they've been sitting and plotting and just waiting for the Eagles to slip up so they could beat them, That's just how it is. So this is not a trap game. Eagles win pretty easily, I think. And then we got the Patriots versus the Jets. Yo. I don't know. I might just act up on this one and say the Jets are going to win. I don't think that's actually that bold to say because the Jets do have a really good defense. I don't know what's up with Zach Wilson. I don't know. Sometimes he looks decent, honestly. A lot of people just flat out do not like Zach Wilson. I think he's alright. I mean, I'd let him take my mom out for dinner or something like that. Maybe a nice seafood dinner. Maybe if he promised to call her back, I'd let him take her out past 11 or something like that. But I don't dislike him as much as other people do. But I will say he's super inconsistent. So, for that reason, I can't really trust the Jets and say that they're going to flat out win this game. But I won't be surprised if they win this. But, I'm going to go with the Patriots just because Bill Belichick seems to shut down whatever the opposing team's strength is. He just shuts it down. So, yeah, I'm going to go with the Patriots. Next, we have the Commanders versus the Texans. I'm going to go with the Commanders on this one. Tyler Heineke's on fire right now. He's trying to keep that job over Carson Wentz. So I feel like he's going to go out there and just ball out. That being said, though, the Texans have been in a lot of games. More games than I think people give them credit for because you would think, they lost and it was a wash. They just got blown out. No, not so fast. They've actually been in more games than they haven't been, It's been a few, probably no more than 3 games that they've gotten blown out in. They seem to stick around. So if the Commanders can't close it out, they leave the Texans, they just let them hang around for a little bit. Texans could come back. But yeah, I'm going to go with the Commanders on this one. Then we have the Rams versus the Saints. Man, this is not going to be a pretty game at all. I mean, last I saw, Matthew Stafford is still in concussion protocol. Andy Dalton is still going to start for the Saints. This Cooper Kupp is going to be out. I mean, this is not the game that we imagined when we first saw it on the schedule at the beginning of the year, right? Because we saw the Saints and Rams and thought it'd be a pretty good, decent game. But, I mean, if you're not a fan of defensive games, you're probably not going to like this game because I just think it's going to be all defense. Saints defense against the Rams defense all day long, and that's just how it's going to go. I'm going to go with the Saints winning, though, just because I feel like they are a little bit more explosive. Andy Dalton will throw 20 interceptions and at least throw 3 touchdowns, and that's going to be good enough, I think. I don't see the Rams really, though I will say, I do think that the Rams are gonna heavily rely on the run game, as they should. They just got Kyron Williams back. Daryl Henderson is all right. Cam Akers is kind of washed, but you know they really don't have a choice, honestly. So they gotta just somehow make it work. So yeah, I got the Saints winning that. Then we have the Browns versus the Bills in the Snow Bowl. They actually just switched this game. They moved the game to Detroit, I believe, which I don't see how that's any better, honestly. But yeah, I got the Bills winning this one. Josh Allen's making a lot of knuckle-headed moves out there, a lot of dumb decisions, but that's kind of why we like him, right? Because you kind of have to take those risks to be that good of a quarterback. That's the style of play that you just adapt, that you have to make teams fear everything that you do. And sometimes it kind of costs the team, but more times than not, it pays off. So yeah, but I do think that the Browns are gonna have a decent running game, because I mean they always do, but seems like there's been a couple games where Nick Chubb is kind of a non-factor, but I don't see that happening this game, or it shouldn't at least. Let me just make that one clear. It shouldn't, but knowing the Browns, who knows? But I think that if the Browns could get Chubb going, it's going to be a lot closer than anybody thinks. So I still got the Bills, though, as everyone should. Then we have the Panthers versus the Ravens. What do you guys think? Because I'm thinking Ravens, right? Like, there's not a single person out there that actually thinks the Panthers are going to win this. I mean, yeah, they looked all right, I guess, against the Falcons. They're actually running the ball really well, a lot better than I thought they would without Christian McCaffrey. But it's still the Ravens. I still think that they could get a lot more offense going than the Panthers defense can handle. I don't know, though. Lamar doesn't have a lot of weapons right now. I mean, he's never really, as long as Lamar has been the starting quarterback, I've never seen any of his receivers and was like, yeah, that's the number one guy. Like, everybody has to fear that guy. Except for Mark Andrews, but last I heard, he was still questionable to play in this game. Isaiah Likely looks really nice. Devin Duvernay is not a number one receiver. Who else did they? Demarcus Robinson is all right, I guess. But even then, he's probably like a number 4, and he's like being forced to be a number 2. I don't know how well that's gonna work out. They really do gotta just make Kenyon Drake the number 1 running back. They just gotta hand him the title and just feed him, because he runs really good. It kind of makes me question why they go away from him so much. Is it something that we're not seeing? I don't know, but I still think the Ravens win this. But I don't know. Trap game? Probably not. Ravens win this, I think. Then we have the Lions versus the Giants, and this is honestly a better game on paper than I think. I think it's actually going to be a good game in general. Two offenses that have been playing really, really, really good, I think. The Lions do struggle to stop the run, and Saquon is just he's on a different level this season. He's back. I mean, I think he might be even better than he was in his freshman season. Rookie season. Yeah, rookie season. He looks kind of better. Maybe, I don't know. I really didn't watch him his rookie season, so I'm just kind of talking out of my ass here. But he looks good. He looks really good. And the Lions struggle to stop the run. But the Lions I kind of want to say that they're a pretty explosive offense. Jamal Williams is running really well. DeAndre Swift is not getting a lot of carries right now, but I feel that he's still a little. He might be a little injured still. So I mean, Jamal Williams is doing good. So just let him um, be the lead back until DeAndre Swift is 100%. Amon-Ra St. Brown, he's on another level. That guy's so good. It's kind of, I don't think he's underrated because everybody really knows who he is now. But yeah, he's gonna put in that work. All right, let's just call it that because I don't know what else to call it. Dude's a monster. He's a beast. All right. But yeah, this is gonna be a close one. I'm making my decision in real time right now. I think I'm gonna have to go with the Lions, though. Nah, because the way I look at it is whose offense matches up with the opposing team's defense, and vice versa. Because obviously the offenses aren't gonna play each other, kind of dumb. But yeah, I'm gonna say the Giants' offense is probably better than the Lions' defense right now. Though the Lions, I don't know, I'm going back and forth. I'm just going to go with the Giants, and I am secretly going for the Lions because I just like Dan Campbell, all right? I don't know what you guys expect me to say, all right? I like Dan Campbell. I think he's a sweet dude, and his speeches are just super motivational. I'd eat someone's kneecap for him. Then we have the Raiders versus the Broncos. The Raiders are probably the top 2 worst teams right now. It might be the worst team. And I'm not just saying that because I'm not a huge fan of the Raiders. I just don't like the Raiders, honestly. I'm going to just go ahead and say that. Biased opinion. Don't like the Raiders, but they really aren't good. And I don't think anybody thinks that they're good. And if you do, you're probably just a homer, and I don't know. You're probably stuck in like 2000 because this is not a good team at all. Nothing about this team is really inspiring. Their defense is not good. Offense should be a lot better. I mean, I'm starting to hear a lot of people make excuses for them. I mean, but at the same time, it's like, yo, you have Devontae Adams. Not only that, but you gave up a lot for him. So whatever you don't have, you could have had, or you could have had in the future, but now you can't because you just said goodbye to all those picks for him. So yeah, it's kind of the Raiders doing. Can't really feel sorry for them. I got the Broncos winning this one. It's at Mile High. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game, honestly. Probably like 10-7 Broncos winning. I don't think they score over 18 points because I'm sure we all saw that stat that it's like if the Broncos just scored 18 points in all their games, they would have like lost one game, So it's like, that's crazy to think that the offense is really holding them back that much, but that's just how it is. And the Broncos still have a good defense. They're going to stop Derek Carr. Derek Carr is not a good quarterback. He should be gone next year. But Josh Jacobs might... Nah, I'm not going to get into that whole debate. Josh Jacobs is the only piece on the Raiders that I do like, but I don't think that's going to be enough. On to the next one. Cowboys versus Vikings. I'm going to go with Kirk Thuggins, yo. My boy Kirk Cousins. He's on a different level right now. He's wilding. I think he's going to give the Cowboys that work. And it's just the Cowboys' inability to close games. I mean, there was a couple moments in the game against the Packers, so I'm just like, Dak just needs to make this throw. He just needs to do this. The receivers just need to do that. And it's a wrap. The game's over, but it didn't happen. Their defense is still elite, I think, but do you guys really think that Trayvon Diggs is going to cover Justin Jefferson? No, right? Everyone said no, as he should. No one's gonna cover Justin Jefferson one-on-one, honestly. But yeah, so I'm gonna go Vikings. Next we have the Bengals versus the Steelers. Joe Burrow's alright without Jamar Chase, but honestly, I feel like the Bengals against the Panthers just found what they needed to do all season long, and that's feed Joe Mixon the ball. Joe Mixon is such a good running back, super underrated. I guess I was kind of a doubter before too, just seeing how high he was going in fantasy and seeing all the hype around him. I was just not like on the hype train. But now that I've seen it, now that I know that it's possible and it's attainable, I think Joe Mixon needs to be the focal point of this offense until Jamar Chase gets back. So yeah, I have the Bengals winning this. Steelers are not a good team. Their defense is better with TJ Watt coming back, but there's nothing inspiring about that Steelers offense. Nothing at all. It's a pain to see. Makes me cry. I hate it. Chargers Chiefs. Who do you guys think is gonna win this? Do you guys know who I think is gonna win? Watch my next video for that one, because I'll do a deep dive on that one, as I do for most Charger games before I take a hiatus. Okay, I did like 2 videos on it, alright? I'm sorry. I'm just a man trying to make a living, feed his family. But yeah, I will have a video, deep dive video, Chargers versus Chiefs. Yeah, I'll let you guys know on that video who I think is going to win and how I think it's going to go. Cardinals, Niners, Monday Night Football. I believe this is going to be in Mexico. So, if you're Mexican, you should go. Obviously, I have the Niners winning this one because their record just does not show how good this team is. They're not underrated because I feel like the 49ers are always kind of that rugged, hard-hitting team that everybody's kind of afraid of. But they're a lot better than their record shows. And sure, Jimmy G isn't a great quarterback. He's not really doing anything for this team to really take them to the next level. They don't really need it right now. They have everything they need. A solid defense, great running game. And then they got Brandon Ayuk and Deebo Samuel when they need to make clutch plays. When Jimmy G is feeling like he wants to do something, you know, like when he wants to put up a couple highlight throws that'll get him paid next year, he's got Deebo and Samuel. Oh, excuse me. He's got Deebo Samuel and Brandon Ayuk. That's what I meant to say. I had a typo come out of my mouth. So yeah, I have the 49ers winning, and I don't think that Kyler Murray is going to play this game anyways. Even if he was, I don't think that's much reason to believe that the Cardinals are going to win. But yeah, that's it. That's my NFL Week 10 prediction, thoughts. I think eventually I will start putting like a number on the score, what I think the score is going to be. It's just so hard to do all that extra work. It's not hard, it's just I don't really have the time for it right now. But I will put up more videos. I will make more content. I will be more interactive. And yeah, appreciate you guys for sticking around. Really means a lot. Everybody that's like hitting me up like, yo, what's up with your channel? Like, we're stoked. And I let you guys down, brothers. I'm sorry. But I'm back. Hopefully for good this time. Help me quit my job and send me some money. That'd be tight. Till next time, this is Settle the Scoreboard. See you guys on the next one. Peace.